Hi everyone. Um, I'm a little bit early, um, so that's good. Usually I'm a little bit late, but no, um, early today. Now, yesterday I had done a reading with Akashic Records cards, and it kept bringing up elementals. So today I may pull from the fairies, the Oracle of the Fairies, but I definitely want to go into healing, how we are to heal going forward. Um, with the angels. So healing with the angels and oracle of the fairies. And so yesterday it was a long enough live. I'm not sure how long this one's going to go on for, but there was a lot of foretelling and talk about things that we as souls have agreed to. And I was thinking about it last night and I was meditating on it, and there was sorry if I'm not looking down, it's because I like to connect. And if I'm connected, oh, nearly knocked down my makeup brushes. If I'm connected, then um, I like to hear, and I'm given pictures and words and sounds and smells. So that's why I look. I don't look directly there, where it will take my mind. So I will look elsewhere. Um, but I was given the message into my head yesterday that that's why the world is in so much chaos right now, and everything seems to be fast and furious and coming at us so fast and so frequent, where years ago it might have taken months and months for things to unravel and things to happen and things to go um, towards narratives or towards truth. But now we're getting it all just thrown at us, and we need to protect ourselves from that. What that apparently is doing is, for everybody's soul contract, they're going through it faster and faster and faster. So the things that they were meant to learn, they're actually learning most of them in this lifetime. And that's why everything is happening boom, 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 one after another. Um, so hopefully, God willing, hopefully that within this lifetime, and for our children and for our grandchildren, their lifetimes will be easier. They won't be carrying that burden of um, what they need to learn. They'll be coming to a world of more peace. Now, that doesn't mean peace in the world, it means peace within themselves. Um, I'm asking, what else do they need me to say? My angels and my guides and my parents. And I'm asking, why do we need that change for everything to be done all? Because there's some people that will just accept it and will just know that it's a time that we're moving into and moving out of. Um, but why do we need to do it now? And it's just because we were having turmoil within ourselves, the regrowth, the rebirth. It's becoming too much for us when we're here as humans. So when we rebirth and we return to earth as a human, um our lives should be easier, our children's lives should be easier. um it's also getting rid of the people uh, and the karmatic bad souls that have um given over their souls for different reasons. So they're going to be facing their karma, and that's to be done in this lifetime for them too. And so that karma won't be brought back to earth as often and as much as it is now, because the hate and the feelings in these people, they weren't born and weren't created to be that way. But when you make deals, that energy will be brought to you, and that energy needs to be cleared from earth, so as we can go forward in more peace within ourselves and less fear, anxiety, problems. Also, we're not to get caught up in that energy. I think I said that yesterday, but we're not to get caught up within that energy. That energy is for those people to feel, to absorb, and if we get caught up in it and it brings us mental anguish, that we will absorb into ourselves some of their karmatic futures, their issues that they have to face themselves. So we have to lock ourselves off from what these people are going through, what they are facing. Um, I'm being shown a courtroom, and it's actually the man in the courtroom is actually he's in court. Um, I don't know. So the trials, it's trials. It's nothing got to do with the court. It's nothing got to do with the man that's in court. It's nothing got to do with anything like that. Their trials, their tribulations, they have to go through them. And if we absorb some of their energy, their trials, that it will affect our forward movements and our return to this earth. So that's why all of that is being shown, all of that is being broadcast for the world, because they're hoping we'll scramble some of it and take it upon ourselves and into our own souls and into our own beings. And that's their propaganda, that's their thing. These people want us to feel that way. They want us to, because they feed off that energy. They feed off the fear of people, of adults, of elderly, of children, even dogs, cats, everything else. They will feed off that fear, anxiety based energy. And that is what gives them more power. That is what the news was invented for. Okay, was that Operation Mockingbird, Operation, I can't remember the media um, thing that will, um, I'm so afraid to say words that they're trying to get me to say, because I don't want the channel to be go. Um, so basically, keep yourself on your own path, on your own level, and don't be feeding into or feeding from the fear that they're trying to put on us so they can get energy from our fear worldwide. Um, I think that's enough for today. So as I can think about what they want me to say tomorrow. Yeah. Um, so how do we heal from this? So we go and okay, we'll do the fairies. All right, we'll do fairies first. So this is the fairy oracle deck. What do they want us to learn? What do the fairies want us to learn? Jeez, I can't even hold them right. What do the fairies want us to learn? Give them a good shuffle. And as usual, my hand is too small to hold them properly, so I'll have to hold them this way and shuffle this way. Oh, okay. Okay, that's actually okay. What do the fairies want us to learn about keeping us safe from other people's karmic energies? Okay, you want to come out, but you want to go sideways. How will we keep ourselves safe from karmic energies of people that are within the news and on the spotlight? And oh god, I want loads to come out now. So how many have I? I have 4. I think I'll stick with 4. Is 4 okay? Is 4 okay? Is 4 okay? Yeah. Okay. So the first card that came up is to look in a book. So at the bottom of it says, whatever your question right now, you'll find the answer in a book. The words you find will bring the insight you seek. The words in a book will bring the insight you seek. Self-help books. There are so many books out there that you can use to help yourself, for self-help, for self-growth. There's okay. I'm being told fairies and elementals are all about childlike feelings and childlike energy. So they're telling me as well that it's not just self-help books, Samantha. Okay, it's not just self-help books. It's nursery rhymes, fables. All of these books have been written to teach children a lesson. But it's not just to teach the children a lesson, that it can teach us all a lesson. Whatever the, what's the word? Tell me the word. Whatever the, what's the word? Yeah, I know it's whatever the message, whatever the lesson. But this is a word that says, it's one word for the same thing. No, it's not fable. Whatever. You know, when you get to the end of a story, and that's when you find out what the lesson that you were meant to learn from that story. I can't think of the word. They're telling me all different words, but there is a specific word that connects you to the story, the fable, the ending that was part of the story. Anyway, the long and the short of it is, when you are, hi cement shoes. No, you're not late. No, not at all. I was just chatting and rambling, really. So, the story that you were meant to learn from children's books as well as adult books and self help books, they will teach you how to move forward and how to connect with self and connect with, to learn the lesson not to be going with those people who have sold out on their lives. Okay, next card is abundance. Our future, our life. I can never get where the camera is because it's different on the laptop to the phone. So abundance. Prepare yourself for. Do you know what? It's so hard to read under that light. For okay, prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks you may have. In fairyland and dreamland, there is enough abundance for everyone. A lot of people, this is coming up as well. Again, the whole idea of lack. Certain countries aren't being generous with the things that they have in their country. And so there's this fear of lack, and there's this fear of not getting food, not getting heating, not getting all of that sort of thing that we need as our baseline of what we need in life. But we need to get ourselves out of that mindset and into the mindset of I accept abundance, and you will get it. You will get abundance. Sorry, itchy nose. So to take ourselves out of that lack of abundance mindset, um, just be open to receive and to be open to have the knowledge that there is plenty. There's more than plenty. I'm being shown what a basket when it's full of fruit and stuff that's fallen out of it, and even the fairy. Where's the camera? Even the fairy, she has everything around her. She's coming out of a lotus flower, and there's food, there's light, love, everything. So we will get it in abundance. You just have to be open to accept it. And again, that's bringing us back to the fear base that we had going in the first part of the channeling that I did. I did the channeling first, and they said to take ourselves out of the fear base that is trying to be thrown upon us, with propaganda, with news, with people of wealth, people of notoriety, people of fame, and they're all putting the fear into us. They're feeding us with fear, so they can get the fear energy off us. So try not to listen to all of the story. If a certain country is not giving us oil, or if a certain country is not giving us certain foods, or they're putting taxes on things that are crazy, it's just that's just to solidify in our brains that there's the fear of having less. Hi, Team Psychord. Come together. Come together as one, naturally. There's been such a split in the world in the last couple of years, 2019 really. there's been such a split, and it's still so hard for it to come together. Um, whether it's in your family, in your community, or in the wider um, space world. I don't mean space as an outer space. I mean within our own space, within the world we live in. Oh, I didn't show you. That's that's a very good green to get as well, because that's Archangel Raphael, and that he is the healing angel. So to have a card come out, sorry, is it ring light? So for to have a card come out saying to come together and have that um different color of greens is very healing. It's very good for our health. Do you know, I'm looking at it closer now. Sorry, I'm looking at it closer now. I'm trying to see if I can show you. This isn't just our cells, which is would be the fairy here. This is our cells, but this is ancestors. And sorry, I keep getting the bloody ring light. It's our ancestors, our sisters, brothers. Sorry, trying to find the camera without the ring light. So it's our ancestors, our children, our future selves, our everyone. So everyone is to come together, not just on this plane and on this earth in this timeline, but from all other timelines. It's going back to healing the soul because of your soul from your past lives, and healing that soul within this lifetime to move forward. We need to get to accept the ancestors, accept everything in the past that happened within this lifetime, make those healing changes so as to go forward. It's the same thing as I said from the start, to go forward and to have more peace within ourselves. And that's the important thing to understand. It's not the peace within the world. We need to have peace within ourselves first. And that's why all the news is put out on top of us, so as we can't, we're blocked from that peace. We're blocked from the abundance. We're blocked from learning anything at all that we have been trying to learn. So to accept our past, accept what karma we may be facing, things that happened, heal from that, and so as our future selves, our future souls will have much more peace. And if we're at peace, it's like the saying, happy, not that saying because I don't know what that is. Happy life, happy wife, or happy wife, happy life. So if you take that on a broader explanation, a broader spectrum, if we're happy within ourselves and if we're happy in our families, that means we're transferring our happiness onto other people in our families, whereas therefore they're transferring it into their friends and their friends' families. And really, within your own little circle, it should bring about peace. If you're at peace with yourself and if you transfer that onto other people, I don't mean the Bible thumping things and telling people what to do and how to react and how to situate themselves. No, do that for yourself. And in turn, it will move on to your friends and your family because they see you happy. So it's like the, there was a great test out in the 80s. I think it was in the 80s because I think it was national school we used to do it in. But go around for the day with a smile on and see how many people will smile back, or see how many people will frown back at you. And if you're smiling, they won't frown back at you. They'll give you a smile, they might give you an owl nod and how's it going, but they won't frown back at you. They won't go, oh, actually, do you know what? Some teenagers might do that. Most teenagers would do that. But yeah, just be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Oh, temptation. Are you in denial about an unhealthy habit? Perhaps one that makes you feel guilty. This fairy says you have the power to overcome temptation, whatever it's, guys. Sorry, the old eyesight's not great. I still have to go to the optician. I still have to book it. I was meant to book it today. I still didn't do it, but I will do it. I'll do it tomorrow. We all have a habit that we'd like to break. And we all know that we are in the power. We do have the power to break it. However, sometimes there are habits or addictions that's actually harder to break than just saying, yeah, I'll give up chocolate for a week, or, you know, I'm going to give up. No, I'll tell you what I do. You give up the custard creams. I'll have a few Oreos, but I'm giving up the custard creams, not eating any more of them, but I'll pick a different biscuit. Do you know, it's not something like that. It's when you're aware of your addictions, when you're aware of your habits, that's when you can make a change. You can't change something or someone that hasn't admitted or hasn't actually accepted that they have that problem. So, how does that tie in to what I'm saying? How does that tie in? Okay, right. The habits that you learn, the addictions that you have, are all dopamine receptor connected. So you're feeling fear from something that's going on between two countries. I'll just put that down. So something's going on between two countries and you're feeling the fear and you're getting the fear the whole lot. So you double down on that habit, whether it's my biscuits and I stuff myself with the biscuits, or um, smoking like a good thing. So when you connect the habit to the dopamine receptor and the feelings that that habit gives you, that is actually a bigger thing to do than find the lessons within the world. So go back to yourself, learn about yourself, learn about your habits, your issues you do to cope, your coping mechanisms, and try and change those on a ground level. Actually, grounding was a big thing yesterday that I forgot to talk about. People aren't grounded themselves. So they're all up here in the air, they're all airy fairy, having anxiety and problems and issues. When in actual fact, all you have to do really is ground yourself. People do it different ways. My grounding is when I get up in the morning, whenever I wake up first thing in the morning to get up, put my feet on the ground and I'll say thank you or thanks God, or I'll have something so it's two words, feet on the ground, and that's my grounding. Other people will go outside and they'll walk in their bare feet. You wouldn't want to do it here because it's frost and all sorts of stuff here. You'd end up with your feet frostbite. Um, but people need to start grounding themselves and coming back down to earth so as they're not being brought off and taken off with all of these issues and problems that's in the world. Ground yourself. So ground yourself, find your addictions, find your coping mechanisms that you've been using all of your life to blot out the hurt and issues that are causing you pain and strife. Pick up a child's book, child's fable book. There's lots of lessons to be learned, and I still can't think of that word, but there's always a meaning at the end of the book that you will find it's a lesson that you need to learn. Also, self-help books will give you the lessons that you need to learn. And that's pretty much the fairies. But I did want to do, for the girls that came in for Teen Psych Warden, I think Cement Shoes did come in to say, but it's Karen Kay, and it's Oracle of the Fairies, because I was talking about fairies yesterday and they did come up. The elementals, and that we need to learn from elementals. So that's what the elementals are telling us today. That's what the fairies want us to know today. I did want to do the angels, so I will pull 2 cards from the angels, and it's healing, because that's what I'm talking about today. It's healing past lives, healing future incarnations, and how to go forward, and that we need to heal in this lifetime. Okay, they're fairly fast. Look, I wanted 3 cards. They weren't beating around the bush. They weren't messing. The angels never mess. So how do they want us to heal? Freedom. So free ourselves, back to that camera again, free ourselves from our past, free ourselves from our issues that we had in our past, for past lives. Forgive ourselves for what we did in past lives, for all that karma and all the issues that we may have brought forward. Free yourself from them, acknowledge them and let them go. There's no point holding on to these problems and issues you have in your life and in your body and in your heart, soul, mind. Let it go. Acknowledge it, accept it, and let it go. Again, with the abundance. There's plenty of everything in the world. This fear of lack, this fear of nothing, if every country in the world gave of whatever they had, there would be an abundance of things for everybody. There's plenty. There's no need for the only way I can explain it really is, say with oil, you're told that fossil fuels and oil is going low and that we have to pull back and we have to blah 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 blah. That's not how earth is, and that's not how oil is either. If you find an oil pocket, it could gush oil for years, or it might dry up. But it's like water. Oh, sorry, I'm after moving everything. It's like water. If you find water and you build a well around it and it dries up, within a couple of feet, you may find another water source and you can build another well there. It doesn't dry up fully. That one bit may dry up, but there's plenty. There's plenty of food. There's plenty of heating. There's plenty of money. If the countries would just share, for want of a better word, if they would just, and there wouldn't be all the anguish either. You know, I've this, so you can't have that. And we can be doing that ourselves as well. Like, let's say hoarders. Well, I'll get that, so she can't get that. I'll get 100,000 toilet rolls in case we don't have toilet rolls tomorrow. But there'll always be toilet roll making plants. Not plants as in flowers, but plants as in factories. So there is an abundance out there. So we have to give up that feeling and the fear of lack. Because that's, look, my father used to say, sure, it's been in the shops for years. And I do think, well, do you know, that thing has been sold around the world for hundreds of years. So, well, not toilet rolls because that's fairly new, but they haven't dried up yet. It hasn't stopped yet. And it won't. Romance. Now, romance with the angels isn't, yeah, you might actually, there might be some people out there that might find a new partner and might want a new partner so as they can help them carry the burden. But that partner doesn't always have to be a mate. Jesus, my hair's an awful. And I'm only after putting the oil in it and the showering and stuff. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, it doesn't have to be a mate that male and female kind of relationship. It could be your children, it could be your family, it could be your friends. But just to find somebody to banter your issues off, to banter and to a problem shared is a problem halved kind of a thing. So if you're having these anguishes and these issues and these problems, just someone to offload and for them to offload on you as well, because there's nothing worse than you constantly offloading on people and then you start feeling guilty that you're not really listening or you're not really there for them. So have a give and take kind of situation regarding romance. Can't get the screen again. So that is it, really, for what I wanted to talk about today. I did have something that I wanted to talk about tomorrow, and now I can't remember what it is. But I'll look in my diary and I'll remember that way. Is there anything? That's a good way to be, but you're not alone. Team Psych Ward, you're really not alone. We all have someone, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a life partner. It could be someone that comes in and out of your life just as quick as that. And there are fair weather friends, and they are there for a reason. They're come into your life and they're there for a short amount of time, and then they disappear again. But that's what they're there for. And life partners and life friends are there for that reason. And they come in and out of your life as well. Not everything is fluid. It doesn't always have to stay with the same partner, with the same friends, with the same company you keep for all of your life. It will come and go, ebb and flow, and people will come in and go out, and that's life. That's just how life is. But I can tell you now that you are not alone. In any, well, as friends go and as life in that way goes, you're not alone. And you never will be. Now, cement shoes. Every time I think of you, I think of that nursery rhyme. And that's why when the thing came out about the books and the rhymes and the children and the stories and the fables, I was like, oh, not again. I don't know if it's you like gardening. I don't know if it's what, or if it was a favorite nursery rhyme of yours, but Mary, Mary, quite contrary. And I've been hearing that every time I see you in the word case studies group or anything. Oh, that poem again, and I don't know why. Um, Maybe you like gardening. I don't know. But that poem is always put into my head. Okay. What was that about? I don't know what that was about. Oh my god, my heart. Pain in my heart and cough. Fluid. Fluid. Fluid on my heart. Um, Fluid on my heart. Pain in my heart. Cough. So I'm not sure if it's moved to my lungs or not. I'm not sure even this person isn't even telling me who they are or why they've come in all of a sudden. Um, I don't know. So you're very welcome, Team Psych Ward. That's going to be it, I think, for tonight. Um, I do have some things I need to talk about tomorrow, but it's nothing got to do with any of this business. It's a different topic altogether, and I hope to have it ready for tomorrow night and have my guides here to help me speak about it and to put it into the proper words so as like getting people to understand it correctly. And so that's it for now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here. And I'm just going to take the phone off the stand. Thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you tomorrow or later on tonight because I was going to look at my hair. And I had it fine. I had it washed, blow dried. I had it fine coming on. Anyway, never mind. Um, so I'll get that ready for tomorrow. Thank you, Cement Shoes. Thank you very much. And I will talk to you tomorrow or maybe later tonight if anybody wants to come on and watch a bit of funny stuff with Chantel and stuff. You enjoyed it. I am really glad you both enjoyed this. Thank you very much for always being here for me and listen to me rambling on. So that's it. Talk to you tomorrow and be good. Try and keep your mind free from all of the issues that's on the news and on the TV at the moment. And I will be sending healing out. I was going to do that today, but I didn't get round to it. But I will be lighting a candle tomorrow and I'll be sending a healing out to everybody and to the world in general. So please have yourselves open to receiving that, and I'll be with you tomorrow. I don't know how else to end it. So goodbye, everyone.